This is a real quick video about how I came up with a magnetic joint which can be fairly easily laser cut into acrylic. So what I have is two pieces of acrylic. The idea is that instead of gluing everything together with the solvent cement as I normally do, I can glue this piece onto something with the solvent cement, and then the actual piece that I may want to remove sometimes has these little magnets embedded in it at the exact same places as these magnets, and they will just click they will just click together like that. So it's a fairly strong joint. But also quite easy to remove just by hand, and it just kind of clicks in place there really nicely. The way this works, or at least the way it should work, is that on my laser cutter, and probably all fairly cheap laser cutters, the holes will have a slight, don't know how to say it, a kind of chamfer. The edges of all the pieces will be slightly tilted in that direction, so the side you cut in will have a slightly wider entrance to this hole as the side the laser beam leaves the material. So in that hole, that kind of reducing shape means you can place one of these magnets in from this side, but it won't be able to leave on that side. It will resist the force of people separating those pieces. It won't pull the magnet all the way out of that hole. However, on some of these I just had to kind of increase the diameter of the magnet a little bit with the vinyl tape before they would stick into the holes, because the laser cutter isn't quite consistent enough to make a hole to trap the magnet. But on this, for example, the magnet is 5mm in diameter, and the hole is nominally 5mm in diameter, but of course it reduces slightly as you go through the material. So this is a test piece that I made first to find out exactly how large the hole should be, and it worked right out of the machine. This scheme with the magnets is actually part of my CNC router project. This part is part of the extraction system. I'm working out a way to keep the extraction system on the machine, but then to be able to remove it easily whenever I want to change the bit, for example. So this piece will attach onto a vacuum hose here. It's clear, so that I should be able to actually see, mostly I should be able to see the bit as it cuts. And then this will let me remove it from will let me slide it off the bit through that hole. But to be able to do that, I'm going to have it connected up to this magnet system, kind of like that, with an intermediate piece. So then I'll just be able to remove the whole thing from the machine and change the bit. And these magnets will just unclip. That will obviously be glued down to my y-axis, and it will mean I can keep this consistent distance above the workpiece, but then remove it very easily. It will just kind of lift off like that. I have cut a little bit of aluminium on the CNC router that I've been building out of acrylic sheets, and I've been using the extraction system that you just saw. But I have hit a few little problems along the way, and it's led me down a kind of route of solving various little things before I can actually kind of really say that I'm cutting aluminium effectively. But please do check back, because it is kind of imminent. I just need to work out the extraction, lubrication, etc. side of things. Please do subscribe if you want to see more CNC stuff. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Goodbye.